Hello Leo and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess. This is your fortnightly reading for June the 16th through to the 30th. Now, I already shuffled for you, Leo. I started the reading and then I stopped it and I've lost the recording. So that's all right. We'll start from the very beginning again, which is good. You don't have to sit through the shuffling, which is great. Also, I just wanted to say that there is the solstice coming up, winter or summer, depending on where you're living in the world. And also there is a solar eclipse. So, this is your ruler, the sun, the planet which rules you being eclipsed, Leo. So we're going to see how that affects you. Now, I did actually, this is the second time I've shuffled this because I had the Five of Pentacles come out in the near future and I went, that doesn't feel right. And I got told the message that is right. And so I went, okay, I'm going to reshuffle. If that is right, I'll get the same message. And of course, the Five of Pentacles came out, but as the outcome this time. So yeah, it very much, it's what it is, Leo. And I'm just going to give you this straight up, is that last time we were like, there was an end of a cycle and beginning of a new cycle. At the beginning of every new cycle, you get tested and challenged. And this is going to be no different. It's going to be almost a case of having to stop and start again. So you do attempt one. If attempt one doesn't work, then try attempt two, and attempt two probably will work. It's all about making sure that you are not blocking yourself for a start, not going back to old patterns, and asking the right people for support and making sure you're in the right place. So yeah, it's very choppy up and down energy, Leo. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. There is a positive outcome here though, and it is all aligning you to your soul purpose. But because it's kind of like, if you could imagine, just say you're your soul up in the ether and going, okay, now it's time for a whole new cycle. What has Leo learnt? Let's bring it into the new cycle. You can't keep doing the same things the same way. That's just not going to be how it's going to work. And so therefore your soul or spirit's kind of going, right, we need to shake some stuff up and we need to get Leo out of some patterns and habits in order to step into this new abundance that is happening here. And that's what this reading is all about. So I'm going to start the reading and we'll have a look at the cards. And it's not negative in any way, shape or form, Leo. It's actually really, really positive. But for some of us, it could be challenging. That's the thing. And, with an eclipse happening, that also, things eclipse in and out of your life. It shakes stuff up. So we'll see what happens. We have as a situation the Seven of Wands, and we have it clarified by the Six of Pentacles, crossed by the Knight of Cups. So this is a situation where you're trying to ask for money or some kind of support, and you're defending yourself. You're actually finding higher ground within this. You're able to defend why you needed this money, able to almost you're trying to sell yourself maybe, or kind of in a position where it's like, I need this money and this is why, or I need this support and this is why. But you're actually, wherever it is that you've gone, just say you've applied for a grant or funding or some kind of, whatever it is that you've asked for, you're actually blocking it with this Knight of Cups energy. There's a part of you that's actually not emotionally connected to this or is emotionally blocking it. So it's actually interesting. If you look at the dynamics, it's what's happening within you. That's sort of like you're at a crossroads and part of you is trying to move forward and part of you is trying to hold you back again. So this is part of moving into this new energy. The reason I say this is because you're crowned by the King of Cups. The King of Cups sends his knight into action, and that's what's actually crowning you. So this is how you're feeling. This is you, the King of Cups. This is you blocking yourself. So it's, again, trying to find higher ground, like stable ground within a situation that feels quite energetically shaky. You can feel that things are changing. We do have the Tower in the near future as well, and the Wheel of Fortune. So there is a lot of change. And I think intuitively you know this, Leo. So you're going for higher ground and trying to do whatever you can to try and protect yourself in this situation. And sometimes that can sabotage you doing that, because sometimes it's a matter of just allowing the change to happen. So this King of Cups energy, for some of you, this can be a water sign as well. Could be a Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer coming into your life, stamping some kind of authority, perhaps a controlling element to this character if this is someone coming through. But either way, I feel like this is you trying to be master of your emotion to the point where it's kind of like, it's all about trying to have some kind of illusion of control when there's this unstable energy around, particularly around your emotions. The King of Cups is master of his emotions. There's a lot of chaos around. So yeah, you are master of your emotions, but one of the ways you master it is by blocking yourself and stepping into the new opportunity. So yeah, it's interesting energy. And at the base of the issue, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the opportunity that's come up here. This is an opening, very much an opening is the words I've been given, an opening to success. This is the new beginning, a new path opens up in front of you. And it's kind of like, how do you respond to this? And it's like all those little sort of inner demons might be coming up trying to say, no, I'm trying to block you from this for whatever reason. It's a whole new brand new beginning here with this Ace of Pentacles energy. This is the new, and it is moving into an abundant cycle. You know, I just keep being told there's success at the end of this journey of the Ace of Pentacles. But this is the beginning, the very, very start of the journey. And it's almost sometimes people fail because they don't even want to take the first step into that journey because it is daunting at first. It can be intimidating. It's a whole new unknown journey. And then where is it leading? Are you ready? Do you have the strength for this? Do you have the courage? Do you have the ability to do this, to step into this? Can you overcome some of your old habits? So these are all the things that are kind of being brought up with this energy, Leo, which, yeah, it can be a little bit challenging. We have in the recent past the Three of Pentacles. So this is, you have learnt new skills and abilities. You've learnt them to enough of a stage that you can actually do something with that Ace of Pentacles now that you've been this new opportunity. You now have the ability to actually make something of that. Whereas if you were given that, it's all about the right timing. If you were given that Ace of Pentacles before you'd got to this Three of Pentacles stage, if this makes any sense, this is like an initial success with learning and showcasing your abilities and recognition of that. And I feel like it's a case of you've learnt things. It could be training, and definitely you're now ready to pick up that pentacle, that opportunity that's been given to you. You have the skills and abilities now. The universe is saying, yeah, now you're ready. If we'd given them to you before you had those skills and abilities, you wouldn't know what to do with this Ace of Pentacles. You might try and fail. And therefore, that's why I think, previously it's the universe saying you do have the skills now to do what is needed for this. But you haven't been given all the skills. That's the thing. You've been given enough to get this off the ground. And it's through the experience of going through the next journey and how it grows and expands. That's when you'll learn the new skills. So it's like you're at this stage now where you have to kind of embark upon this journey. But yeah, if you tried to do it previously and it failed, it's kind of saying the timing wasn't right and you didn't have quite the right tools or support mechanisms in front of you. Now you do. So it's a very different situation, Leo. So in the near future, we have the Tower, and clarified by the Queen of Cups. We had the King of Cups and we have the Queen of Cups in the near future. The Tower does shake things up, and this is it's like for you guys, you're so very intuitive at the moment. So it's like you can feel the earth rumbling. It's like you can intuitively feel there is going to be some kind of volcano or earthquake in your life coming. And so that's why you've kind of gone to higher ground. You've gone to all your normal defense mechanisms, things that make you feel safe in this situation. And that, in a way, I don't think that's actually going to block any of this energy anyway, because it's happening. It's like a seed that's been planted so deep down. And what's happened is when this seed germinates, it's like boom, the Tower moment happens. And we have this Queen of Cups energy, which is very much, she's got that Mona Lisa smile, this Queen of Cups in this deck, which I love. It's this inner knowing, inner smile of, okay, it's like watching... if you could imagine, they've been showing me this picture of a building being demolished and the building representing the version of yourself and who you are and who you saw yourself in the past. But it's so satisfying to see it just being dynamited to the ground and gone, okay, what are we going to build? What's this new person or sense of identity and self that I'm creating here? And that's interesting with the Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups no one ever really knows who the Queen of Cups is. She only knows herself. And that beautiful flowing gown that she wears, that reflects the water. And people fell in love with the Queen of Cups because they saw her as the most beautiful woman in the world. But they never really, it was just a projection of their idea of an ideal. And they actually had nothing to do with who this Queen of Cups was. Only she knew who she was, and that's why she's got this inner smile. She knows how to replenish herself. And she's got that really, she knows herself and doesn't necessarily have to, knows that it doesn't matter what is being reflected to the world or how people reflect it back to you, because that's just like a projection. So the Queen of Cups very much nurtures her own sense of self and her own emotions through this. And because you've got that kind of inner core, which is really stable as opposed to this stability of the Tower, and that's a very different energy to the King of Cups, which was trying to control it and send things out and create actions that were going to protect himself. It's a very different kind of energy that you're moving into with this Queen of Cups energy. It's kind of like everything, this construction of myself or deconstruction of it, or how people see me in the world, is totally being destroyed, and I'm stepping into the whole new me here. And actually, I know who I am and I feel pretty good about that. So it's actually really, really positive, Leo. Incredibly powerful combination, these two cards together. So this is you in the present moment, in the situation, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're caught between two energies here, definitely. There's a lot of juggling. It could be doing with juggling of finances as well. Perhaps there's not quite enough money, or you're moving money from one account to another, you're paying off credit cards. There's a sense of moving things around, having to be flexible with your finances or your money or your world. There's a sense of having to do a merry tap dance while all these changes are going on. But so you are juggling energies and time. It's not just money. It can be time. It can be working two jobs, two incomes. It can be juggling between people, trying to meet someone else's needs and your own. But it's like, you have to kind of do this merry dance. You're kind of tipping, stepping. And again, look at the waters are very turbulent in the background again. So there is a lot of, with this big change, it can have this emotional effect on you, but you're actually doing the merry dance to kind of stay afloat, basically. Energies around you, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the big change. There's a big change coming in, and this is the new cycle that's coming through here with this Wheel of Fortune energy. And yeah, with it comes that Tower energy. Everything's going to be shaken up, this sense of self and identity. So it's like that old person that you used to be. You'll feel like, who was that? It might even be like, I don't even know who that person is anymore. So yeah, it's just this weird feeling of feeling brand new. with this Wheel of Fortune energy. And so it's this huge sweeping change that you really can't, between this and the Tower energy and that Queen of Cups energy, you really don't fight the tide. Just go with the changes, because that's the only way you're going to have to be able to survive this, really, rather than trying to control it and block it. So hopes and fears, the Strength card. Do you have the strength to do this, to pull this off? But also this is your card in the tarot deck, Leo, the Strength card. So in the major arcana. So again, this is a case of, coming back to yourself, about who you are, looking at who you are. And actually there's almost a comfort zone, like not a comfort, but there's a comfort in that you do know who you are. You do feel like you do have the strength to do this, but this is very much, I am me, I am Leo. So look at me. This is who I am. So it's interesting energy coming through. So this is the Five of Pentacles that I was trying to avoid. And it's interesting because I am a Leo as well. And I was like, oh, I don't want that card to come out for Leos. And it's interesting because I was doing very similar energy to what we were saying. The King of Cups was trying to block something here. And the Five of Pentacles is very much as an outcome energy, but it's very much a sense of, there might be a period when all of this happens that there isn't quite, it feels like nothing's coming to you. It's like a void for a moment. It's like left out in the cold a little bit. It's kind of like boom, boom, big change. Who am I? New beginning. And where am I in this? I am not inside my house anymore, because my house has been destroyed. That's what this Five of Pentacles energy is I've been left out of the cold because I haven't rebuilt my new house yet. I haven't rebuilt my new sense of identity yet. And so for some of you, this is kind of how this is, I feel like this is kind of more of an internal symbolic card, this Five of Pentacles. So it's interesting because then the next two cards are the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, which is getting back down to work, building, starting anew, starting from the scratch again. Okay, I need to rebuild my house. And rebuild it you do. You go straight from the two, picking up your tools. You have all the inner resources, all the tools in front of you, all the skills that you have made in that Three of Pentacles energy. I'm trying to not get the glare of the light in here, Leo. Got to find the right spot. Yeah, you have all those tools that you need. The Two of Pentacles is very much picking up your own tools. You can make things with your own hands. You have the ability to create this yourself. You have everything in front of you, and that's why you've got that Three of Pentacles energy. You've got the skills to do this, to rebuild, to build yourself up again. And then it goes straight to the Eight of Pentacles, which is look how many pentacles you've created there. And it's working, and it's growing exponentially. And so in comes new sense of identity, in comes more money and more wealth. So whatever you're going to start doing the next phase, it's going to start working. But there just will be that moment where you feel like you're free falling almost, that you don't, with that Five of Pentacles, where you don't have that, you've lost that sense of who you are and where you're going. So, but that's okay, Leo, because it was meant to be shaken up, because that's a very old cloak that you were wearing. Those clothes no longer fit you. That identity has been shaken up by that tower. That is not who you are. And so that is, it's time to go shopping. It's time to go shopping, Leo, and to choose what clothes you want. It might even be that you want to go shopping and buy a whole heap of new wardrobe. But if you don't have the means or the ability to do that, it's a matter of kind of energetically shopping and trying on new clothes and trying on a whole new look, a whole new persona. It's kind of exciting, Leo, when I'm tapping into the energy now around it. So it's fun. Have some fun with it, you know. This is like, oh, I wouldn't normally wear orange pants, but hey, look at me. This is the new me. I'm wearing a color I don't normally wear, or something like that, you know. So yeah, have a bit of fun with it, Leo, because it's kind of, once you have that realization of, oh, I'm staring at a blank canvas and I can create anything I want here, you suddenly go, oh, well, what colors do I want on this canvas? So it gets exciting. It does get exciting. So this is the message from the universe, the tarantula, and it's very, very potent and very apt because it's a fire energy as well. That upward pointing triangle is the element of fire. So it's your element, Leo. So this is message from soul and spirit for you. And the tarantula, as we can see, those legs are like a crossroads. It looks like a big scary thing, but it's actually not. It's facing that crossroads. We're saying that you kind of could find yourself crossed by some sort of energy, and then suddenly bang, everything changes. The tarantula energy also calls you, is a very strong calling into your life purpose. It's soul and spirit bringing you onto the right path, onto the straight and narrow, and aligning you with what it is that you're meant to be doing. So incredibly, incredibly powerful energy coming through for you, Leo. Don't freak out if there's like some changes and moments where you're like, whoa, because it's all just the beginning of a whole new cycle, and it's kind of like because it's such a powerful new beginning, it needs that kind of almost volcanic, eruptive tower energy with it. So yeah. But if you can kind of see it, that energy is more transformative and like seeing fireworks, say, and celebratory, and like, let's just enjoy the destruction of this and step into the new, then it's going to be really positive for you, Leo. So I hope it makes sense. If you'd like to hear more, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment. And I'm glad I got to the other side of what that Five of Pentacles meant, because it was bothering me, and now I understand it. I feel so much better. So see you next time, Leo. Bye.